Dave, you and I do these kind of webinars usually every 2 weeks, for first-time home buyers. And one of the things I wanted to kind of bring up today is around immigration and the amount of immigration we've been seeing into Canada, but also into Ontario, and that driving prices up and so on. One of the questions we get asked often in these webinars is, as someone who's new to Canada or recently immigrated to Canada, like what are their options for financing? And secondly, like, do we know what sort of numbers we're looking at as far as like actual like bodies moving into Canada and kind of immigrating to Canada? So I know there was an article that you had mentioned to me before we came on air. If you wanted to touch on that quickly.
Yeah, it was for sure. So, I know you mentioned the first-time homebuyer webinars that we do. So for context, we do them every 2 weeks, and it's typically 60 to 120 people on, and it's actually all typically new to Canada individuals. And so it is pretty telling as far as what that, that there is such a strong desire for people that have newly immigrated to buy a home. And this was an interesting article that I found in the Globe and Mail actually just this morning, that the Toronto Real Estate Board had hired Ipsos to do a survey to find out what the mentality is or the desire of new immigrants to purchase a home. And so they did a sample of 1,000 potential home buyers and 2,500 homeowners. And they found that their immigrant respondents living in Toronto, 49% own a home after being here less than 5 years. So people coming to Canada within less than 5 years have bought a home in one of Canada's most expensive markets, being Toronto. I think that's really telling to how, people always have this mentality that people, immigrating to a new country, are struggling, going to be renting for a long period of time, and maybe, lower income housing or whatever it may be. And certainly what I've found doing these webinars, and we've been doing them for probably about a year now, and speaking to a lot of these individuals, they're very well educated, very well funded, coming here with a lot of savings from other countries, and very well educated, getting great jobs right out the gate, or working multiple jobs, like 2 full-time jobs, to really get ahead and expedite their savings and kind of fall into this category of these 49% buying within 5 years. I'm sure you kind of see it as well with those that you speak with, and it is really it's really interesting, kind of that mentality and desire to be a homeowner, even though prices are going up, and kind of seeing that escalation in prices. But it was, overall, of that 1,000 potential homeowners, home buyers, and 2,500 homeowners, 38% of homeowner respondents had immigrated to Canada. Of those, 50% had immigrated to Canada in more than 21 years, 23% between 10 and 20 years, and 20% moved here in the last 10 years. So, it really is a big percentage. 33% of them said they want to buy a home, compared to 26% of the general population saying that. So you have a larger population, or larger percentage, saying they actually want to buy a home than the general population. These are pretty large numbers. So it's, really, when we talk about, immigration to Canada and to Ottawa, when we're talking about home prices and really the supply not keeping up with demand, and over the past couple of years, really immigration having been stalled, this is, as we open up the borders again, people don't think that this is going to be as big a driving factor to home prices, but it is. I mean, these stats and these types of surveys in the most expensive, or one of the most expensive markets in Canada, is telling that, even within Canada, within Ottawa, how much immigration drives that price. You have a disproportionate desire of new immigrants to purchase a home compared to the general population that are here, and as well, those moving here within 5 years, 50% buying a home. I mean, that's really telling to how that's going to really, how that dictates and really, pushes the market, if you will.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there too, as well, when you said about the, I don't want to say it's a stigma, but kind of that mentality. People hear about their great grandparents or their grandparents coming here with, $20 in their pocket. And I think that's people's perception of oh, someone's immigrated here, they're scraping by, like you said. Most of the people we talk to, like you said, are extremely affluent, extremely educated. They're coming here with, their life savings basically, and reestablishing their life in Canada, as opposed to just, scraping by or coming into Canada, looking for some sort of assistance or anything. Like a lot of the people that we talk to that are kind of using, we'll get into the new to Canada program, but a lot of the people that are on these webinars, like you said, they have like ample savings. They have income, they have like they're established in their life. They're not kind of early in their life cycle as far as home buying. So I think there is that kind of preconception that people think if someone is immigrating here, it's still that same story from maybe 2 or 3 generations ago, where we have friends that their families came over, literally, escaped to potentially a war-torn country, came here when they were babies, with their parents had little to no money, and they've made a living for themselves here. And those are kind of the stories from when we were kids. It's different now, right? Immigration is completely different. Obviously, Canada has certain regulations and rules that are required to obviously immigrate to Canada. And I think there is still that general misconception of people thinking that people immigrating to Canada won't be able to buy a home. And in fact, it's actually, like you said, the opposite. There's actually a very high percentage of them that would qualify to buy a home, and that is actually driving, in some cases, the prices up, because they are qualified buyers that can buy these expensive homes.